back to another episode of Papa Trades Daily. Papa Trades Daily, welcome. So today I'm actually trading live. Unfortunately, I can't stream it live. I am trading live. I'll try to post this video right after, so you can see how it went. Start getting a little bit of an idea. I tried trading live on Webull. I couldn't really. I could switch back and forth between the two screens. I just love the software of ThinkOrSwim, and I'll explain everything to you here. Right now, what are we looking at? You can see right here, we're looking at Tesla. This is where you would select what ticker you want to look at. That is a previous recording. There we go. That's why I wasn't moving. So we are looking at Tesla. You can see it right here. You would click that drop down button if you wanted to choose something from here, or if you just wanted to type whatever you want to look at. For example, Apple, you go down like that. A SPY, of course. We will be talking about the SPY as well. There it is. Okay, now I do want to focus on Tesla this morning. Yesterday I uploaded some interesting stuff about Tesla. Hope you watched that video. Elon Musk did tweet about finding a new CEO for Twitter, which is what created this move right here. From down here, up, all the way this way, up. Now, two things that we are looking at. There is some gap fills on Tesla. Gap fills. I did talk about gap fills briefly on one of my past videos. However, we'll talk about it again. What is a gap fill? When you're looking at a daily chart, let's see, so we're looking at Tesla. Daily, this is where you're going to select your time frame on ThinkOrSwim. So just like we do in Webull, we have it down here. Again, very user-friendly. We have our selection right over here on ThinkOrSwim, and so we select daily, and what we are looking at here is our gap fill. So interesting, today there's actually two gap fills. What is a gap fill? Gap fill is when a stock closes at a certain price and the next day it opens way at a different price, causing that gap. Now, on a proven basis, stocks always come back sooner or later and close that gap, meaning sooner or later we will hit the low right here, and up here these numbers right here are going to tell you what the low is. It's going to be this L right here, and if we put our cursor over that one, we look at the low at 177.65. so it means that here we are looking and getting ready to close that gap fill at 177.65. If you look at the high, which is going to be the one with the H right there, put our cursor right here. Today we've gone as high as 177.38. So we're a few cents from hitting that gap fill. Let's go back to the 5-minute. Tesla moves very fast. It looks like it's dropping already. See what I'm trying to do, and I'll show you. Where's the day? Oh, that is dropping down too fast. I don't like it. I'm still hoping that it's going to come back up. As you can see, I have a price target up here, and this price target that I have has not almost got picked up. I might have overdone it. Looked like it was missed. Looks like it was missed by a few cents. So what I'm trying to do is I'm actually trying to pick up on a put. I'm trying to grab a put because I believe that once that gap fill gets filled, this excitement from the tweet of Elon of finding a new Twitter CEO, it's going to die out. If you go on Twitter or you go online and you look up the new CEO, actually, let's look it up right now, or let's just ask chatbot, who will be the next Twitter CEO? Wow, so chatbot doesn't even know. I guess it's not that important. Let's go to CNBC, new Twitter CEO. Linda Yaccarino is her name. Linda Yaccarino does not seem to have a lot of likes in the social media world. If you look her up on Twitter, you'll find some negative stuff. People are not happy about it. So that might defer people from, it might defer Elon from actually being full on with Tesla and having more time for it. So we'll see how that goes. I am waiting out and hoping that we still fill that gap to the upside. And I noticed there's another gap on a previous date all the way back from January. So this is what I'm looking at, and I'll show you when this internet decides to let me load things. I might need to stop using ThinkOrSwim. ThinkOrSwim is a very heavy software. It updates constantly, requires a lot of internet, which is why I can't go live. You can see the cool thing while it's loading. I'll talk to you a little bit about it. I did tell you guys I was going to start trading with $500. So at $506 or the 56 cents, that's because I made like $6 on something. One of those, I think it was either PacWest or Wall, or it was actually the SPY. One of those bounces off of the let's see, I'll tell you exactly where. I think it was 410 the other day. Yeah, it's more or less. It was around right here. So I did buy right here at this 410, and I wrote it that next day. I sold it the next day. So I did make like $6. I mean, it's not a lot, but hey, it's still money. Let's go back, see if it loaded, and it's loaded. Anyway, so if you go back over here, we're going all the way back to, you'll see the dates down here at the bottom, and as I move the cursor, the date moves with me. So if you go down here, you have January 25th. So let's zoom in a little bit more and check this out. From January 25th to January 26th, there is that price gap as well. So I am gambling on the fact that this can close down all the way down to 147. Now, why am I going for the 147? I will tell you why I'm going for the 147. Because things in the economy are looking okay-ish, but with this banking system, like looking like it's gonna fall, looking like things are not looking so good, I am gambling on the fact, and I might have missed it by a few cents. Let's go back into it. Yep. TSLA is already dropping. Wow. Look by how much I missed that by. Well, that's terrible. I still have a feeling that it could pop back up on this sucks. Well, like we say, there's always the next play. Yeah, see, the SPY's dropping pretty hard. So SPY's dropping. SPY just turned red on the day. And I'm wondering why, actually. JPM, AMC, Apple, everything seems to be going red. Whew. All right, well, what can you do? Just looking down here, this is actually my watch list that I have made. It's got some of the most interesting tickers out there. You want to screenshot that and put them in your watch list. It's got Amazon, Nike, Coinbase. Oh, talking about Coinbase, CEO of Coinbase has now sold all of his stock, so he actually has zero, and that is scary. Let's look at the Coinbase. Yeah, it's just dropping and dropping and dropping. Anyways. do want to show you something, but it's not showing. Wow, yeah, I don't even think we could use. There we go. So I was able to open it up. If you hit SPY, you type in, you will get updates by as updates are coming out. It's really cool because it's something as simple as, you know, just sentences. So you're able to keep up with things by as soon as news are coming out. That's one thing really cool about ThinkOrSwim. Most trading softwares have it. I just love how accurate and to the point this is. So here we're looking at Michigan consumer sentiment for May 5th. 57.7 versus 63.0 estimated. And that's, of course, just for Michigan, but it'll tell you anything that's coming out that is affecting SPY, the overall market. That happened at 10 a.m. Let's see how the SPY was at 10 a.m. Yeah, this thing is not acting as it normally does because my internet is not the best, and I do need to fix that right away. Where is it? There it is. So let's see. There's a time difference. Bam, there it is. So Michigan consumer report came out. That was not appreciated. Bam, the market took a dip based on those news. So it's very important to keep up with news and to keep up with anything that could be affecting a specific trading security. Elon's Twitter really does affect his companies directly. So that's one thing that you should definitely be following. Maybe put some notification spells on it if you like to trade ticker Tesla, because this one does have some massive swings. So there is a lot of money to be made. It does look like it went down all the way to close that. And why does it keep doing this to me? Does look like it came down to close out the price gap to the downside. So there, it hit that one right there, I believe. Yep, almost exactly. You see that right there? Close that price gap. Whew, exactly. It hit that bottom one. It could be coming up now to bear trap anybody who's not willing to sell and who's getting greedy. And it could be coming up now to hit that 177 before coming all the way down to the 150s, which was something that I would love to see. But if the SPY keeps dropping, I don't see how Tesla can pick up. Looks like the SPY is actually catching itself. We look down here. Look at that RSI. The RSI has tapped the bottom twice. Looks like we could be moving, making a move now to the upside. So I am still going to leave that limit order for the SPY put. Again, it's just one SPY put. And if it does get hit, I am hoping for it to come down next week. If not, I am going to be risking, I believe, this red line right here, which is around 179. Why is that my risk? I will show you. You can see I marked this risk line right where we found plenty of support in the past. You know, then later on it became rejection right here. It surpassed that, and once it passed that gap, it went crazy all the way up here. Went down, found support in that area, came back up. So I don't want to get caught up with this turning around and moving all the way up, blowing up my account. So my risk is around 180 after that option gets picked up, and I'm actually have a price target to hit all the way down to 150. So the risk versus the reward makes a lot of sense, and that's what I'm going to be writing. I am putting it to 3 weeks out, hoping that within the next 3 weeks, since it should come down to that 150 area, in which at that point I would turn everything around and go extremely bullish, because I do believe that once that price gap gets filled all the way to 145, 146, I think Tesla is on for a good bullish run. I think all this fiasco with the banks should be over. I think inflation should be quite low by then. I think things are going to start looking very positive. and we should start moving to the upside, especially with election year coming up. As things start to turn around, as presidency starts to come up, Democrats will make everything, use everything in their power to push the stock market up because they don't want that working against them. It's a thing. It happens all the time, and it will happen again. So do think about that. Start finding some long-term investments in the SPY or in companies that you trust, like Apple, Meta, JP Morgan, Amazon, PLTR, like all these. I have over here Tesla, of course. I have CGC. I have a couple of green companies. AMD is a good company. It is. Ooh, excuse me. It is sub 100, which I like. I was trading this before, and normally once it, you see, it keeps getting rejected in the 100s. So I do think that this one could be coming down to around 90 AMD. And if it does turn around at around 90, we could be seeing a testing of the high 109s, I think. It's something to look out. Have that in your radar. And going back, and let's go back to Webull. It's a little bit more friendly, and it is where I was talking about Wall and PacWest. So Wall has not hit the target that I have been wanting. I wanted to come up and hit 29, 30-ish. I mean, it already hit it there. So I might have missed my opportunity. Yesterday I talked about this because that's a really good entry point, 29s, if you're betting on the downside. Wow, I am yawning a lot today. I need some coffee. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go get some coffee. Be right back. I'll leave you with this. And we are back. Whoa, you might have not even heard that, but we are back. All right, so talking about PacWest, looks like the internet is beginning to slow down because ThinkOrSwim is too strong. So I'll go ahead and close out ThinkOrSwim. I don't think we're gonna need it. It's a really cool intro though for you guys to have just check it out, look at it. It looks a little bit more complicated, but once you get comfortable with it, it's the best. So going back, we're talking about Wall. So yeah, I mean, if it does come up to the 30 areas, I'm definitely going to be grabbing some puts on that one. I do feel that it's got a lot of potential to the downside. I think it's going to keep continuing to trading sideways for a little bit. Then it's maybe going to come up to get all those bear positions out. Anybody holding calls, once it does come up, I do believe everybody will sell in the 30s area, 30s region. So we should see an extreme, and I believe a lot of people will be entering at that time. So again, not financial advice, entertainment only. But if it does come up, it'll come down. Whatever goes up must come down, right? Or so we choose to believe. But that's all about. We can talk about Western Alliance right now. Going now to PacWest. PacWest is having a little bit of a green day. I mean, it's not really much going on. Also, again, theta. And why is there so much theta going on? Why is there a lot of choppiness? Choppiness is where the big banks make money. Most banks are the ones selling these options, and therefore, if you're selling an option, theta works in your favor. So, you make a few cents, few dollars every time it trades sideways. So you could actually sell options yourself too. That I'm not too comfortable doing yet, but I do want to get into it and start learning a lot about selling options. You don't make as much money. Selling options is good if you have a large sum of money and you want to trade options safely, because selling options it is a lot more profitable. I mean, your chances of making profits selling options is a lot bigger than buying options. However, the potential of the difference in making money when it comes to buying options is a lot bigger to selling options. So you're gonna make a lot more money if you buy the options, if it goes in your side, but you have a much higher chances of making some money if you sell options. I hope that makes sense. I think it makes sense. I think that's about it. Airbnb has been looking interesting. It keeps dropping. I recently had problems with Airbnb. Terrible customer service. Terrible customer service. So I'm not too surprised that they're dropping so drastically. But it does have a gap fill up to 124 right there. But anyway, 108 looks like. Yeah, it looks like if it does lose that 108, you could see some free falling action to maybe even 93. So that's a good play to look out after. It's good stuff. Anyway, that's all I have for you this morning. I'll try to post some shorts later on today to keep you posted on what happened or what I did. Hopefully Tesla does hit. I just wanted to upload this video as soon as possible so this can start going through right away. Without anything further to say, please hit that like button below if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe below and make sure to hit that notifications bell so when I do post the shorts, you do get those notifications right away. Maybe you want to follow what's happening. Maybe you want to do the same. It's up to you. Again, please only use money that you're willing to lose. This is not a guarantee, and you can lose a ton of money in the stock market if you don't know what you're doing, or even if you know what you're doing. This is why risks are very important. You set yourself a risk. If I lose this much amount, and you set yourself a profit target. If I make this much, I'm out as well, but I sell out. That kind of worked out well, I guess. But thanks again. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and catch you guys on the next one. Dude.